What's going on YouTube? It's your main man Bishop. Man, I am coming to you from the hotel, and I'm in right outside of Nashville in Lebanon, Tennessee. I'm not gonna tell y'all what I'm here for yet. I mean, y'all smart. Y'all already know why I'm here, but I'm not gonna tell you where I'm here, if that makes any sense. But I kind of want to do another company review. I know a lot of people like when I do the company reviews. So I got to backtrack a little bit. And I'm going to do a company review, which I did one before, but it wasn't post. So I'm doing another one. Doing a company review on Schneider. I was with Schneider from about May of 2015 until October 2015. When I was with Schneider, I was on a dedicated Amazon account. Now, when I got hired with Schneider um, on a dedicated Amazon account, it was paying like 47.5 cents a mile, which was to me was crazy. You know, you ain't hear nobody paying those kind of numbers. But after I got hired and went into orientation, they switched it from mileage pay over to daily pay. So basically, the way it worked is if you had 3 months or less experience, you made $160 a day. If you had 6 months experience, you made 170. 9 months, you made 180. And I believe if you had a year, you came in between 190 and $200 a day. It was basically a Northeast regional position, and you were home 2 days a week. It wasn't the weekends necessarily. Like for instance, my days off were Thursday and Friday, so it wasn't weekends necessarily. But I mean, you kind of really got the days you asked for in the beginning. So it's kind of dope, and it was 2 consecutive days. And so I wanted to do a little bit of review of the time I had at Schneider and what happened with me in Schneider. So basically, excuse me. So basically, what happened with me was because I did not have 3 months of experience when I came to Schneider, had like 2.5 months, which was coming from night. Um, they made me go through their intensive, I believe it's 18-day or 17-day. I believe it was 18-day. It's 18 days, 18-day training course. And during that time, it's basically CDL school all over again. I mean, from the bottom all the way up. The first week, you come into orientation. I went to orientation in Charlotte. So I went into orientation, came in the first week. The first week is law books, hours of service, the basics, man. Basics on Qualcomm, pre-tripping, backing, driving, shifting. I mean, it's the basics because you got guys in there that never had a job before, so they starting off as if you're fresh out of CDL school and they need to refresh your mind on everything. Man, Snyder is really big on doing everything the Snyder way, whether it's safety, whether it's paperwork, whether it's even stuff as far as hooking and unhooking from trailers. Man, they got a way that they want everything done, and they don't play about it. The second week you go into, you got the first 5 days, you're off on the weekends. The second 5 days, you go out with a TE. A TE at Snyder is a training engineer, which is basically a trainer. So you go out with a trainer on the truck for a week. Either, if you go home, if you got a trainer in your area, you go home. If it's one that's going to come to you, they'll pick you up from the terminal and drop you back off. You're only with the trainer 5 days. Really 4.5 days, depending on when they pick you up, because Friday, I believe Saturday they want you back in the hotel. So Saturday you can have off, relax, get a 34-hour reset, and start again that next Monday. So it might have been 13 days. I can't remember. I think it was 7, 14. I think it was 17 days total. 17 or 18 days total. But anyway, so after you finish that second week with the trainer engineer, you go over more stuff like logs, how to run that paperwork, how to deal with the Qualcomm. More intensive on that. I got lucky. My trainer actually lived in Richmond, where I'm from, so I was able to go home for that weekend and just meet my trainer that Monday morning. We met up. My trainer was dope. Actually, we both played sports in the area, so I knew his younger brother. I played against his younger brother. Shout out to Jason, was Papa fam. So I had a good trainer. My trainer was a great trainer. Taught me everything I need to know. And with the dedicated account, man, because you're seeing the same customers, you're going to the same places, it was a lot easier for me to transition. into switching companies and basically having my real first trucking job. Because when I was with Knight, as y'all know, I didn't stay there long enough to even upgrade to solo. I stayed there long enough, went solo, and then when they started doing that crazy stuff, I left before I even got issued my first check. My first truck, excuse me. So, my first real trucking job was Amazon. Now, you got all these people out here to talk about, man, dedicated accounts not trucking. If you only moving in a certain region, that ain't trucking. Man, I don't want to hear that, man. Don't let nobody out here tell you that trucking is anything different than sitting behind the driver steering wheel with your Class A in your back pocket with a medical card. I don't care whether your truck is an 8-speed, 10-speed, 12-speed, 13, 18, or automatic. If your job is to pull freight in a trailer, get it there, deliver it safely, pick it up on time, deliver it on time, man, you trucking. Man, all these people out here want to talk about what trucking is and what it's not, and all this stuff, yada, yada. If you ain't running over the road, you ain't never trucked before, man, all that don't mean nothing. Because other people's opinion ain't paying your bills. So unless that person is the one signing the bottom of that check, telling you what you need to do, making sure you got money to feed your kids and take care of your family and bills, man, don't let all these other people start influencing the way you feel about trucking or the way you feel about your job in trucking, because they want to tell you that a dedicated or a local or whatever position ain't trucking. Man, forget all that. First of all, outside of y'all watching mine and a couple other people's, I need to stay off YouTube, man, because you sometimes you got to research and do your own background checks on the information you get from people, because people throw so much of their opinions in these videos, including me, that it's hard to get true information. You know what I mean? It's hard to get real information from these people. So I see all these jokers out on YouTube who fake and phony and information bad. They got millions of views. My views are small, little, itty bitty, but I try to keep it funky with y'all. You know what I mean? I try to keep it real. I try to give you information, not only just to give it so you have it, but to inspire. But I'm rambling. So basically, after you come back from your TE, you're off for that weekend, you come back that Monday. It's a short week. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, you're basically testing. You're testing on backing, you're testing on Qualcomm, you're testing on hours of service. Everything is real life. They're testing you. They're getting you ready to go out. Now, what do I say about Schneider's program? Now, remind you, I was over the road for 2 months before I went to Schneider. I had already been out. Had already had experience with the Qualcomm. Had already been over the road. I already had experience with hours of service. Also went to a good school, so I knew a lot of that coming in. But let me tell you, if you feel like you are not ready for the road, meaning you got to be real with yourself. You know what I mean? If you know that you're not comfortable with your backing, you don't have the hour of service thing down pat, you don't really know how to deal with shippers and consignees, you're still iffy about your paperwork, man, Schneider taught me everything I needed to know. You know what I mean? Everything I needed to know to be on the road, to get on the road by myself and then learn the stuff I had to learn on the road. Because, some stuff they can't teach you in the classroom. You know what I mean? They can't teach you how to navigate and how to pay attention and just look for landmarks and to keep scanning. They can't teach you how to maneuver, but so much in the classroom and out on the range. When you get out there on the road, it's different learning experiences. So as far as the backing, man, Schneider pushed backing into us so much. They pushed backing into our heads, made us practice, got better at it. Man, when I left out of that, I felt like $1 million, man. Schneider prepared me to be to where I am today. I stayed with Schneider until, I believe, September, October. I only really had one issue with Schneider. You know what I mean? One issue as far as personnel. Had a little nasty dispatcher. At first, they got rid of her. Actually, they promoted her and made somebody else the person over the account. Gave me another dispatcher who was the bomb. And then she was actually out for surgery at one point. I dealt with another one in there and had a big falling out, but that was after I was about to leave, and they started treating me kind of shady because they knew I was peeling out. But with Schneider, man, let me tell you, with that account, when I was on the Amazon account, I was home a lot. Even outside of my 2 days off a week, I was home a lot because we had a couple shippers for Amazon that weren't too far from my house. So I was home a lot. I was running loads home, being home during the week. I would come out, get ready to run on Saturday. Wouldn't be no load, or my load would get canceled. I would sit at home another day and they would pay me because I was on salary. I made that daily rate regardless. You know what I mean? So I would, stay home those days, and they would call me, give me something set up for the next day and tell me, don't worry about it. It's not your fault you're not moving. It's just the shipper fault, so we still going to pay you. Amazon freight was cool. It was always light. It was, you were usually going to warehouses, you know, weren't always in real big spots, but usually good enough spots to maneuver and things like that. So I was able to get comfortable back in without all the pressure. I was going to places with lines and, you know, big dock doors and guard checks and big signs saying where you are, you know, all that, you know, right off the interstate, stuff that made it easier to navigate to, where it took the stress off being so new, you know. And a lot of people, like I said, they want to tell you, oh, you know, you learn kind of weak or whatever. I learned. Because of that, I'm here now. I built that confidence up, so I was able to get on the road to be successful. So to anybody who's new in trucking, who, you know, you already have your CDL, because I don't believe they take people without it. You know, if you already have your CDL and you're looking for a company that you go to where you're going to get solid training, you're going to get solid training at Schneider. I'm not there anymore. Not making no money from making this video, but I'm telling you, man, if you want to get good instruction, I'm not saying there's not other great companies out there for training, but Schneider is an awesome startup company for people who need to build their confidence. It's hard. It's not easy. You're going to be in there from 5:30 in the morning to 5 o'clock in the afternoon every day that you at their yard. All day. You know, 20 plus videos you got to watch on the computer. I mean, it is stressful as far as everything you got to get done. But as far as you getting everything you need to get to be road ready, you're going to get it at Schneider. So big up to the people, the trainers, and, you know, like Brian, man. Brian, I believe, is one of the head trainers at Schneider in Charlotte. Big up to Brian and those guys, man, doing it real solid down there in Charlotte. So that's video one of them. I'm going to go ahead and knock out tonight. I want to get y'all caught back up to what your boy been doing. As always, I appreciate you for watching. If you like what I'm doing, want me to keep going with it, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what's going on with you. Got any questions, I'll try my best to answer them. Peace.